What's up, my friends? It's a little chillier in Madison these days, so we've got the fire brewing here in the fireplace, a little jazz on the computer. It's been a while since I did an update, so we're gonna have a little fireside chat with Vitamin Z, if that's cool with you. Anyway, no, it's been great. Things have been going really well at the Vine, and just want to begin and end by saying we're so thankful for you and your partnership with us. We can't do this without you, and that's clear. And some really, really cool things are happening. The church is going well. We're trying just to stay faithful to what God has for us. And, we're growing slowly. We had our second membership class, and we're up to probably 50 official members. And we probably have 100 people that would call us their church home at this point. And we're about 18 months in, and so I think everybody feels good about that. My job at the Apple Store is going well, and continue to have a lot of really cool conversations. This past Sunday I just preached on John chapter 4 and talking about taking people to Jesus, and actually just opening up God's Word and showing them who Jesus is. And I actually had a chance to do that yesterday at the Apple Store. It was really cool. We've got 5 small groups now, and so we've moved from 3 to 5 this year, and it's we're just trying to multiply again for next year, maybe to 7, 8, 9, 10 hopefully, and plant different small groups in different parts of the city. We're hearing great stories of people pursuing those that don't know Jesus with the love of Jesus in their spheres of influence, and that's really been encouraging to hear lots of different stories in all of our different city groups throughout Madison. We're currently thinking about a missions partnership with Desert Springs Church in Albuquerque and Redemption Church in Rio Rancho for the sake of seeing the gospel go forward in North Africa, where it's currently not known, where there's nobody that you could actually name that knows Jesus, or very, very, very few people that you would know. There's not a church on every corner. And that's the difference between here and there. There is no gospel access, for the most part, in lots of different places around the world, and we are pursuing North Africa together with a couple other churches in New Mexico. And so we're thinking about taking a trip in 2012. Not sure when that's going to be yet, but probably myself and another guy from the Vine partnering with those churches to see what's going on and how we can really get our churches mobilized to see a movement, a church planting movement happen in those areas. And so we are just praying that that would happen, and that God would just raise up more laborers for the sake of the nations. And so we're really excited about that, and praying that God will bless that. Another really cool thing that we're doing at the Vine is with CareNet. And I've talked about this in the past, but CareNet is a crisis pregnancy center. It's a Christian crisis pregnancy center. And CareNet in Madison has what's called the Elizabeth House. And Elizabeth House is a place for young women to go who are young and pregnant and don't usually have very many resources at all, to go and live for 6 to 9 months and just learn about Jesus and learn about life skills and learn about how to parent. And so we serve at the Elizabeth House with these women. We serve there once a month. We just go and serve them a meal, and as a result hope to build relationships with these women. And we've seen three women now that have come to the Vine from Elizabeth House, and it's been really encouraging to see kind of some cultures collide, and that's what the gospel's supposed to do, is bring people together who would have nothing else in common other than Jesus. And so that's been really cool, and especially in the life of one woman named Jasmine. And we've really grown to love Jasmine, and she has become part of our family at the Vine, and we've really grown close to her. She recently became pregnant for the 2nd time, and this was a very, very challenging thing for her to find out. And through the course of some conversations, she has decided to give her baby up for adoption. And for those of you in Albuquerque, many of you in Albuquerque watching this, you'll be familiar with this story, but Jasmine chose to place her baby with a family at Desert Springs Church in Albuquerque. Some friends of ours that we know, and she's actually there right now, and she'll probably give birth in the next week or 2. So it's been really, really amazing to see God work in Jasmine's life through the tumultuous things that have come her way, and her dealing with lots of different forms of suffering. But she's chosen the path of redemption by turning her life over to the Lord and wanting to see a change in her life, and just knowing that she wants to give her second child a better life as well. And so she's chosen to place this child with a family who's not able to have kids at this time. And so would you just pray for her, that her path of discipleship would continue to just happen, and that she would steer her face towards Jesus and just pursue Him. She's having a hard time right now, so you can pray for her. And she's waiting to have this child, and she's physically exhausted, and she's got her 18-month-old son with her, and he's very busy, and she's in a new place and doesn't really know anybody and doesn't have a ton of resources. And so we'll just pray for her, pray for Jasmine, and that those relationships will just continue to grow. It was so sweet. Before she left to go to Albuquerque a few weeks ago, we had the opportunity to bring her up front, and as our small group, our city group, we prayed for her and just modeled for her that we love her, and modeled for the church that we're in this together, and people of every color and every economic status and every age group, that there's no boundaries, and the gospel brings us together. We were able to model that, and it was really, really sweet. And so we just continue to pray for Jasmine and are thankful for her and what God's doing in her life. Our eldership is staying strong. We're loving each other, Scott and Nate and I, and we are continuing to pray about Nate and his desire to plant and to break off from the vine, to see God's kingdom expand in other ways. And so we're just trying to still figure that out. And so if you would pray for us and for him, and that God would just provide the right place for him and give vision for what that's supposed to look like, that would be amazing. We desire to be a reproducing church, a church planting church. And Nate came along with us with that intention. And so there's been some challenges and some bumps along the way, but we're just continuing to pursue that, and just knowing that God's going to provide. We just don't know what that is yet. So we're kind of in the waiting phase, but would you pray with us towards that end, that we continue to be a reproducing church, and that we'd have real great, strong vision for Nate and his next steps. And I have a burden to see a more intensive plan for leadership development happen at the Vine. For young guys that may be thinking that they want to be in full-time ministry, but they know they need some training. And my desire would be to start more of a 2 to 3 year intensive just development track for guys, for the sake of church planning, for the sake of maybe going to seminary, for the sake of staying and working with us at the Vine. A developmental track of theology, of philosophy of ministry, of discipleship that would train these guys at a higher level for the sake of full-time work in the kingdom. Just pray that God would maybe provide 2 or 3 dudes that would be interested in doing that next year, and maybe next fall, a year from now. And we're just praying that that would happen, to see our vision to reproduce ourselves happen. I think that's going to be a really key piece. And so our desire is to do that, and so we need your prayers for that. Maya, what do you love about Madison? You like what? I don't know what you're saying. I don't speak your language. What is this? What is this?
A Lego.
A Lego. Can you say thank you?
Thank you.
You look right at the camera and say thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, what do you want to say to all our friends?
I miss you.
You miss them? Say it right there.
I miss you.
You do?
Yeah.
Why do you miss them? Because why?
Cause.
Nice. What do you love about Madison?
There's a lot of snow.
there's a lot of snow. Are you gonna make a snowman this year?
Yeah.
Awesome. We're so thankful for your support, and at this Christmas season, you know, there's one small thing you could do, really that costs you $0, to continue to support us, maybe above and beyond what you're doing. And all that is by going to my blog and clicking on the Amazon ad that is in the top right corner, and just doing your Christmas shopping from there. I get like 7% on whatever you buy by just simply going through my blog. And that's one great way just to continue to support what we're doing up here. All you have to do is just click on that Amazon link and then go buy whatever you want. It's really as stupid and simple as that. We've been actually shopping for our own kids, and we've found that Amazon usually has the best prices, even over Walmart sometimes. So you don't have to go fight the crowds. You can just have the stuff shipped to your house, and it's a way to support what we're doing here. But again, we thank you for being with us. We couldn't do this without you. God is doing great things in Madison, and so we're going to stay in touch, and we couldn't do this without you. And so we'll be talking to you soon.